So, someone made a special request for just a speedy early game, something that can just get through the slog real quick. We're going to do that. We're going to go classic new. We're going to do a Truekin. We'll go Child of the Hearth. And we're going to go 23. And just to make it easy on folks, no dump stats, no stupid optimizing. There we go. 23 for strength because we're doing punchy punchy. And 18 int is what you need to get about 100 as a Truekin skill points at level. So next, we are going to go with the Carbide Hand Bones. Fist deal 2d 3 damage, and we can get tons of penetration with this. It scales off of strength. All right, all good. We'll random, we'll do no pet. We're going to do Joppa as our basic start. That was a special for a mod. I can choose a tile, but we're just going to go straight in real quick. We're going to let it do its thing. All right, first thing we need to do, we need to go to the Water Vine Farmer. We need to get this quest. I'll make the journey. Thank you very much. Got the trinket. Then we're going to go to Mehmet. Gonna say I'm in search of work. I will do as you ask. That's fine. We're not even gonna bother doing the water rituals. Well, you can save that for later. Let's double check what we got. Trinket exam, that's a bubble level, that's pretty normal, but it does have fresh water. So I am actually going to take that by gonna fill that, and because a little OCD, gonna pour another container, that. There we go. Got our water all nice and level. Oop, another. There we go. Now it's all good. A smolder mushroom. We do have a poison grenade. So what we can do is go, whoops. We'll hit auto explore. We'll let the game do its thing. Gonna use let's see here. All right. Sorry, well, my buttons got a little wonky. We're gonna go archive. We're gonna talk. Get the first tech quest. But now that we have the thing, we can do it. So here's your knickknack, and we'll give him the bubble level. Get another knickknack. Here's your knickknack. We're gonna do poison gas grenade. I don't like to use those. Now we're level 2. And we got another quest. Great. We're going to go. Actually, we're going to even skip that. Let's go here. Assign our skills. So let's see. We're going to close all these down. Cudgel we got. That's good. We want bludgeon, so we'll get that soon. But acrobatics will also help us stay alive. That way, if we encounter any shooters, we're good. So I am going to do quick search around for everything, looking for one specific thing. There are 2 things to find in the center parasangs on each of these. We are not, there we go, going to worry about the glow pad merchant. It would be nice if we can find them. But what we are really trying to look for is the flattened remains. So we're going to go down through each one. Yeah, it's a little bit of a grind, but this is also why I made sure not to get harvestry from the folks in Joppa. That way we're not spending our time going around and harvesting. So one thing you can do is there's I think a button called there's the H button that should allow you to um, auto melee stuff and move your character to melee. So you can use a mix of numpad 0 to auto explore and H to just race through all of this. Your fists will do most of the heavy lifting here. So here, done. And there's a reason I'm trying to get those. It simplifies 2 quests, almost trivializes them. Um, so it's extremely important that we get those wings. If you already have wings and have them to a reliable mutation level, you can just rely on those instead. All right, what's going on now? Yep, I'm lost. I got a level because I found a legendary crocodile, and I regained my bearings. Crocodile followed me. Even though we found that legendary lair, we do not care. We're just gonna keep going. We'll let that crocodile come to us. I'm gonna keep going. Normally, just because the way I am, I tend to eat whenever I am hungry, not starving, but I don't even care about that right now. So we're just gonna keep going. Cider, that's great, but this is fungi. It will not generate in a fungi area typically. Uh, yeah, we'll chance it. We're just gonna go right through. It's a little dangerous with all the fungi, but that's fine. This, the bottom tile there is where the tutorial is. Neither of the items typically will spawn there. Yeah, we're lost again. I should have probably taken wayfaring so I would reduce getting lost more. We're gonna go up, left, kill that guy. Regain our bearings, fine. Over, down. Gonna make it for food because we're gonna be starving shortly. And oh, it's a crocodile over there. So we'll race on over, take him out, complete the auto search. Yeah, it's a little boring, but it is vital. It will save us time, and particularly if not this one of the starting quests, it will really save us a whole bunch of time in one of the later quests, and also makes it 1,000 times less lethal. All right. The other reason I'm also crawling my way over to the west is the sand dunes. That is also a place we'll be able to snag a rifle. We're gonna get lost again. Oh, right. Oh, we found a place. That's great. But what I'm gonna do, because I forgot about my skill points, I am gonna go grab. Where are ya? Wayfaring. There you are. Gonna buy this. Great. And okay, we need a little bit more. So we're lost. Gained our bearings. There we go. Let's see here. We took care of that. Let's go in here. Kill the stray crocodiles. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, so we just have a bunch of folks here. All right, it's a lot, but with this build, you will usually one-shot most of these folks. Doing pretty good. Just make sure you don't get surrounded. Yeah, we're gonna get hurt. That's okay. We can just pop a salve. Don't worry too much. You usually start with like at least two of them, so you're fine. This is also where you can get a whole bunch of gear from these folks. I will not burn my time looting everyone, but you can go to all these corpses that you've been tearing through and get some gear. So what I am going to do though is look for other pieces of armor, namely head, like leather cap. We're going to equip that, and that's going to improve our life a whole bunch. I said I wasn't going to loot, but if I find iron stuff, that's decent enough. Robes, no. Sooty smocks, those are good for the weight. No. Look at the engraving. Get that because it's a slightly more value. Another leather cap, but we only have one head. We got gloves. That's really good. And you can see we are. Whoops. Oh, we had steel gauntlets on. That's right. I almost forgot. Actually, I did forget. Okay, so yeah, we're at armor 5. Got helmet. Got boots. That's decent. We need chest armor. So maybe one of them. Well, city smock we can just equip for now. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Two-handed mace. Okay, a long sword, too heavy for our purposes. Loot these. We don't. Well, it is iron, so that's fine. Oh, we have another jerk all the way back here. Sandals, club, short bow. We'll take the bow for now and equip that just so we have a ranged option. Burn what few arrows that we get. But we're gonna we got a musket. Nice. Better than no weapon, but we can get a much better rifle later. Alright, anything here? Nothing. Great. Alright, we're gonna go in the desert. Now what we're gonna do is just kind of work the boundary tiles here. Alright, that's a dawn glider up there. That's a little too dangerous to deal with right now. Go up here. That's what we're looking for. Alright, come here. So these guys whoop, are really good experience and easy to kill. Some of them have just a couple knives, some of them are special. Others, a ringmail. That's what we want. There are better armors. We typically would want a chainmail because you can move around in it a little better. I'm just going to drop armor bits that we don't need. Not worth the price. And you can tell we've been already getting lots of great goodies too. So we're going to go here. We're going to go into our skills. I did see a guy with a rifle. We're going to tend to that in a second. Yeah, I see some bronze axes. Where is what I was looking for? Uh, oh, skills. That's right. Pardon me. So skills, we can get bludgeon. That's really good. Improves our survivability by a ton. All right, we're gonna head west. We want these gun folks. And the way we can cheese this is going in, aggroing them, backing up, and get them into melee, because then they won't shoot. And we got one of the best early game rifles right here. Get that. We're going to take their lead slugs, ignore the rest, and equip this. You will see why just a sec. Take his stuff too. Because... Alright. Oh, we can worry about that later. So, we're going to head back into our search, back through the salt marshes. We found a village. That's great. We can pick up a quest in here as well. Um, the quest can sometimes have some really, really good equipment. It is all RNG though. Sometimes it's a handful of books. Um, Sometimes it's like a small set of grenades. You could do is head over. Let's see, it would probably be this one. Diaz. Free the yoke, which is this one. Looking for work, and I need to go off of a layer and do something. Worry about that later. For now, we keep going. Okay, when you're lost, you can immediately go down. All we're trying to do is proc screens so we can not, ow, get so lost. And another way not to get lost anymore is to talk to folks. So now we talk to them, we're not lost. We've already done this one. Next. I know. You don't expressly have to do this, um, but It is worth it. So the problem is with the rust wells, those are those red areas to the east where one of the quests takes place. There have tons of vines and such that could potentially rust and break your equipment. A little costly to repair them once they're rusted. Um, and they're just all around annoying to deal with. Combined with mobs, it's just bad. But because they're exposed from the very, very top, and at the bottom of every rust well is usually about 100 feet of wire, and you only need 200, you only need to do 2 visits, fly down, grab them, and you're done. All right, continue. Sure, we'll check out the ruins. We can look into them later. All right, we're gonna go back up. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go center. Gonna go search in. We're gonna find some. Yeah, the moment you see a bunch of slime like this, for a character that's not built for the early game, the moment you see any sort of slime, either in the ground or elsewise, get out of there. The slimes hit abnormally harder than you think. I have lost a number of characters to that in early game before. The ones that I thought I had just enough in the tank, like I had a sword skill and everything, nope, still died. So always got to be careful. Also, typically, flattened remains aren't in slime areas, but you never know. Okay. Thankfully, there's only so many of these salt marshes, so alright, we have found a legendary mob. Oh, but I'm hungry. There we go. Next. Alrighty. Nothing here. Keep going. If I ever bothered to edit this VOD, uh, I could cut out all the search here, but I think it's kind of necessary to show like, hey, this is how long it could take. And what I'm gonna do is add timestamps, so it's not as brutal to go through. All right, we'll do that for key moments throughout the run. So you may not even hear this. Now, this isn't the most optimized speed run or anything. This is just something that's like, hey, early game is such and such. I'd like to get out of it, like to get through some of the story quests to a decent area where I'm in an area where I can have to think a bit more, fight some weird, crazy baddies. All right, we're almost through our search. Almost. There we go. Finally regain my bearings. Center. And yes, we do need the Auto Explorer to do its thing because sometimes the flattened remains are hidden and obscured by brush. So, alright, we keep going. And we have a bunch of mobs. All right, going through pretty well. Even smashed myself into a legendary mob and could have easily killed me, but we had the levels. If we encountered it earlier, I'd have to pay more attention, but for now, we can just cruise. Bludgeon doing a heck of a lot of work, so spending those skill points, very huge. All right. Hungry, come on. And nothing. All right. Eat, and we keep going. We're almost there. Should see something pretty soon. We're just unlucky of when this procs. Sometimes it'll be right next to Joppa, sometimes not, but we did find the secret merchant, so that's nice. We'll deal with that later. It is not necessary to the run. Helpful, love them, but also not what we need. Where? Don't see hostiles? Okay. Wow, is it gonna be like the last ones we search? Alright. Alright. Torch is out. Are we out of torches? No. Sometimes they don't replace themselves properly. There we go. Well, we'll get this through this soon. Alright, I guess it will be. 3 more to go. 2. There it is. It took all this. Alright, we can just go straight to this rather than do the full auto explore. Uh, Leather boots, nullworm skull, all really good things, but and the wire, and the wings we automatically pick up. So if we go to our weird artifacts, they're all here. One suggestion, well, we'll need to do this anyway, because oftentimes your characters won't be smart enough to be able to handle all this stuff. Um, if you sit down in a chair, your odds of actually figuring out what an item is increases. So we're gonna just quickly go through all these, see what we have. Ooh, a sniper rifle too? All right, but we can't figure this out because it's broken. Even if we had repair, we would need an A bit, which probably could scrounge by now. But what we can do, because we have enough money, well, not anymore. We're down to 24 after a search, but we could sell a whole bunch of stuff here. So we can just sell what we need here. Get some. I like to usually stay around 670. Okay, that'll do. And then we'll, yes, strange tubes. Identify them and then repair them. Whoop, repair. Yes, please. Now we're set. Gonna throw these on our back. And now we can fly. All right. Other thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna store just a bunch of stuff. These. Let's see here. I'll keep the weapons. Scrap until we learn how to disassemble. It's just dead weight, so we're going to get rid of those. We can get rid of you too. Now, depending on your attributes, like 17 here, we can actually get an ego modifier when buying stuff. Should have done this first. I'm going to put that on for ego 18. Going to go over to the merchant because I want bullets for my gun. Probably won't have a lot, 38, but we'll take them. Let me just double check what we got. Fine, fine. Carbide hammer is not too bad, but our fists are better. We'll sell these. Uh, there we go. Boots. Okay, we do have those on. Great. Since we're all set with this, we can go. So look at our armor value. Armor value 8 is huge at this stage of the game, and it'll make all of this trivial. So, first thing. Sure, we'll get markers when they pop up, but we're gonna immediately leave if we can. Getting lost sucks. All right, how to cheese this. Now, normally in the Rust Wells, what you'll do is take the downstairs over there, go down, and that's it. You can scrounge little bits of wire here, but they're not always guaranteed on the surface. So you can see 10 and 1, we need 200. That's not much. But when you look down the rust well, and if you can see a treasure chest down there, you're in business. Be very careful. Sometimes there is a slumberling, which is like a super OP mob, just sitting there. Don't go down into the rust wells when you're like this. Now, because we have those wings on, what we can do is click them on. We do run the risk of falling, but the nice thing, the way the rust wells are structured, is that we would only fall one floor. So we take a tiny bit of damage, but just that tiny. So what we'll do is go up. And because we did the flattened remains, we already have 70 of 200. So then you can go down like you would a set of stairs. Up, and then down like a set of stairs, and up, then down like a set of stairs. Then we can go fly over the water right to the chest itself. We don't even have to open the chest. Press G, forget. You'll notice there's 100 feet of wire right here underneath the chest. Nice and sneaky. Wet Slender Spike Steel Gauntlets. Yes, we want this for our punch guy. Notice that these steel gauntlets are just that, steel gauntlets. When you have Spike, when you punch them, you'll be able to cause bleeding. Ridiculously good with a punch-based character. We're going to drop the other ones, they're too heavy. And we're going to do the same method to get out. Move to the side here as far as you can, then go up, then down over the lip, then up again. That way, if you do fall, you always have like a 5% chance of falling. You're just fine. I always like to turn them off afterwards because you can get knocked prone if you're not careful when using the wings. It will always have, basically, you always have 1 in 20 chance. At some point, you will fall with mechanical wings. All right, we gathered all this stuff up. We're going to quickly eat. We still need a little more wire, so we'll go to the next rest well. And we do see a treasure chest down there. We also see a whole bunch of baboons. That is a lot, and they are all hostile. So the cool thing about the wings, if we have them, is that we can turn them on, and we can immediately escape even if there are hostile mobs. It's so good. So we're going to go to the other rust well. We'll deal with the pack of baboons maybe another time. Okay. Slime off the bat. That doesn't fill me with confidence. But that's okay. We're going to head down, then down, down again, and see, we fell. Our wings turned off. Oh, well, actually, because we went over a lip. We'll do the same thing. Hover, G, grab the wire, and the nugget. Now, I don't know if I actually accepted the wire quest, but not to fear. We'll go back to Archive. I'll fetch your wire. So yes, I actually scooted through too fast. Take the wire. Now we have a teleporter back home. Now he's done it. Now we can talk to him and get the next quest for the story. There we go. That droid scrambler is really important for mutants. All right. So we've done all of this. We've gotten rid of one quest. And technically we can keep going. What I'm going to do is just move off some stuff so I can get some weight back here. These are fine. We can get rid of these. Everything else looks good. We don't need all this wire anymore. That's also good. All right. We're just hungry. We have plenty of water. Let's just take a quick inventory of our skill points. We have 205, so we can get some more stuff. I like this backswing. If I do a cudgel attack with my fist, my primary hand, I might be able to do one with my with the same hand. So it's a double tap. We will get backswing. We have 100, so we already got acrobat. We'll get spry +2 to dodge value. Also increases your survivability. The other thing that we need is charge, which I probably should have gotten first, but we'll go for survivability instead. So there are 2 quests outstanding right now. We'll take the one in Red Rock. This one will be relatively simple. All we need to do is go down. So we don't even need to do full auto explore. We'll make food, go down, punch everything in our way. Cool thing about your carbide hand bones is that your weapon will never rust. So all I'm doing is auto exploring and pressing H. That is the button bound for, at least for mine. And what we're looking for is a downstairs. One moment we do, we can just go down. Sure, you could do a full clear, but that's not the point of this, is it? The only reason we did full clears of maps in the previous one is because we wanted to find stuff like that merchant and the flattened remains. Now that we have them, who cares? And as you see, combined with acrobatics, extra dodge value, and all these goodies, we're fine. I am playing extremely fast and loose. I am, though, looking for some crazier mobs like this one. Well, I guess we can just keep going. Now, we did get a point, and I believe we got an attribute point saved up. Um, Different ways you can go, but because we'll have infinite scaling with our fists, uh, punch it into strength. Just keep going. More strength. Gosh, this is going to be the last area we look at? Where? We do have the gun. I like to shoot straight on when possible. There it is. Figures. All right. Oh, we don't need to do full clear. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Now, at this level, there will be a Snapjaw fort, those little kobold folks. But because we did find this, let's just skip. Our goal, see, is to find one of these little Gershlings, punch it to death, grab it, and go. You could just do that. If you go south from this map about 3 to 4 screens, you'll be able to find some remains to get you a pickaxe and a miner's helmet. Miner's helmet will allow you to free up your other hand. I'm not so concerned about that right now with this character. Reason being is that we're going to go single weapon fighting. Unless you have 4 or more hands and with weapons in them, single weapon fighting trumps multi weapon fighting. And we'll get single weapon in a little bit. Um, so now we finished this. Great. Keep getting lost. Go back to Joppa. We could have used the teleporter. We can skip and go right to the Elder. Hi, Elder. I found this pale spiderling. What's a Gershling? I noticed it had his fangs removed. Sorry to cause you pain. And we complete our quest. So that is all of Joppa's quest pretty much done. Um, and this basically finishes up to the point we need to now go to Gritgate. Now, if, like me, you are a Truekin, one of the good places to go to after that, sure, we'll check out hotspots on the way, get out of here. This rusted archway will have some cybernetic credits and a place where you can install, well, also some cybernetics themselves. But instead, for quest-wise, we are going straight up here. Gritgate. These folks are a little bit stronger, so play it a little safer. But honestly, so this, the slug snout up at the top left, that is one of the early game killers. Typically, you would want all sorts of stuff for it. But instead, what we're going to do is back up, around, get rid of line of sight. And then I am going to wait for So right now those robots are working for me because I have the droid scrambler. And sounds like they killed them, which is great. So we'll just keep searching. We'll punch stuff. What we're looking for are stairs down. And we just keep getting levels. We're at 217, so what we're going to do is go down and get tactics. And now we get a way to close. So getting tactics for hurdle and then charge, we're now able to charge in. Then the other thing we'll want after that is charging strike, which we can do next level. So our charge will also stun. And so we're getting into a good place where soon we'll be able to stun lock creatures, which is amazing. There we go. Those are stairs down. Alrighty. Hostels, so we'll make our food here. Eat. And we go down. There are 3 levels. All right, there are psychers like here. So what we're going to do is go straight towards them. Ignore anyone else in the way because that sunder really hurts our head. And then what we can do, we're at 4 away. We're at 3 away. And then but we're stuck in melee. So I am instead, one good bullet will kill them, but I'm getting beat up to heck and back. I'm going to eat this witchwood bark, taking note of where this monster is. Because even if I get confused, which I did, you'll notice everything becomes crazy now, but we're healing. Um, no matter what you see on the screen, they will still be where they were. So just press up, up, up. Okay. Stunned. There we go. There, dead. And I'm just trying to run away until now everything normalizes, so I'm no longer confused. And now I can punch these little centipedes. There we go. Heal up. There's a bear. We're gonna charge in, smack stuff around. And there's a slug snout. So what I'm gonna do is go up to heal, back down, and let's keep going. Longsword, credit stick, a basic toolkit, fine. Punch the crab, heal, move along. Ooh, auto explore. Ow, zappy zappy. We'll take everything. Perfect. So this solves our woes. We can now hold shields and all kinds of other goodies because we got the floating glow sphere. We'll pop this up top. We no longer need torches. At the moment, before I take single weapon fighting, I'll be able to get occasional offhand attacks. We're also going to just use this. It increases our rep. Very rare. Punch slimes. Punch centipedes. And now, because we have nothing in melee, as long as we get within 3, we can charge and turn them into paste. Take that, you jerk. Although it's really good that you have the rifle, because that will allow you to shoot them from range. All right, there's the stairs down. Let's see. We have that pig there. We're just gonna punch straight up, kill it. Ow. So I can break his line of sight and his ability by just going upstairs. We go down again, and it looks like the robots took care of him. So they really do help you out, and that's why it pays to do that quest. You can also find if you're doing a not okay, that indicates that there are still someone with psychic powers around. I need to be careful. It might be a Templar though. And as a Truekin, Templars are not pissed at you. They hate mutants. All right, I'm gonna back up, let the robot go in for the boar. It's still alive, but we can punch it to death. Heal, search. I'm just taking all basically as we go through. I have the strength for this. Don't need any of this though. The buckler might have been okay, but I'd rather have a steel buckler. Iron reduces your oh, it's a rifle. There we go. We'll smash that turret. Good. We go down. Should have done it sooner, probably. We're gonna get back a corner, then go forward. Yeah, that's dead. This should be the last map till we get to our next story place. Uh, been really sloppy here, going down to 2 HP, but we'll be fine. Don't do what I do and just hit mash it. Do take note of your hit points, but we go up and we found the next story place. Yes, we've done the quest. Now we got in a level. We'll place the disc in the tray. Now we have one of the hardest quests in the game to go to. But what I'm going to do here is this opens up to our trader because they have 1,000 bullets. Going to be very, very helpful for us. Let me just scan down if there's anything else I would need. Not really. So what we're gonna do is sell some of these little odds and ends that we have. And we'll throw in a stun rod too, I guess. Take away that. Sure. I don't want to load up on water for currency because the water is heavy. Typically, I like to stay within like the 70 to 80 range. But let's see here. We need to eat. So what we can do is set up a camp here. Eat. Now, did I take one of those chests? I did not. All right, that's fine. I want to grab a chest real quick, put in some of my stuff, use it as a base of operations for a little bit. Oh, okay. Thank you, Robot Buddy. Those daze procs saving our butts from getting attacked more and more. There it is. All right, we got a chest. So what I'm gonna do is head over to this little nook, drop the chest. Yes, we'll store stuff in it. We'll chuck in stuff we don't need. Should have sold off that corpse long ago. We don't need any light sources anymore. Melee, scrap. We don't need a drop of it. Boom. All right. Do I have anything in my throne slot? Thermal? Good. Thermal's really good for Golgotha. So, what we're going to do is one of the scariest areas. Normally, I'd prep even more. I'm going to see if we can roll lucky. It doesn't always happen this way, but we can see what we got to work with. Typically, you want honey or other things to prevent disease. And if there ever says there's too many hostiles, just back up, hit up, and we're good. So, the other thing, if we have our skill points here, in addition to wayfaring, because there are so many dangerous things to get lost in, I always buy the salt dunes and the jungles. Notice the map is mostly salt dunes and jungle. So what this allows you to do is hardly ever get lost, find cool things, um, and makes this part of the run a lot safer to go. So we're finding goat folk villages, which we can check out. I kind of recommend not, because you might get put into a situation where you have immediate hostiles next to you and you won't be able to run. Although we still have our wings on, so I guess we can, can't we? Sure, we'll check out ruins even, and we're gonna go up. This is our next quest point. There's usually some baddies, but usually barely anything. Just little bits of chameleons, leeches, stuff that you could easily punch away. That ape is friendly, so we don't need to worry about that. All right. Now, there is one thing I forgot to buy, and I need to do that. So sorry about that. I could have been so much quicker. We need a pickaxe. That is the other thing you can get from the dead body in the waterlogged tunnel below Red Rock. But this vendor should also be selling one for 2 cents. All right. Now we got that, and we pretty much cleared the way. Things will go fast. Up, 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 up. All right. Sure, we'll check out the ruins. Nothing too scary. There are hostiles nearby. Turn on your wings and fly away. Down, turn it off. You definitely want to turn it off here. So next thing we can do is equip our pickaxe. We'll pop it in our hand. We get the ability to dig. This is what you want to do. Because what dig allows you to do, it'll keep taking swings until the wall breaks. You got to be a little careful with this. And the reason it takes so long is that, what? There's an enemy here? All right. Um, Now, the tricky thing about this is the pickaxe only will get a ding on a wall if the penetration value isn't good enough on crits only. So your crit rate depends on how fast you'll be able to mine. Now, why did I do this to get in here? Normally, the basic way you go is to fall down these chutes and worm your way all the way to the bottom and then get the thing. When you finish, there is a little rampway to get a little platform, elevator to get you back up. This is where it spits you out. So this is an elevator shaft. Now, when you're using mechanical wings or wings mutation less than level 6, there is a chance you will fall. And if you fall this far, you will easily die. If you're a Truekin, you can drink some rubber gum and that will reduce the damage you have from falling. So see here, you only suffer 25% from falling. I often don't have these injectors with me, or I'm playing a mutant. But because we are, let's go ahead and apply the rubber gum. And now we'll turn on our wings, pray that we don't fall, go over the pit, and press down like you're going down a set of stairs. Even if you see enemies, do not panic. You have a 1-turn grace, and you can keep going down. Eventually, though, you'll reach a point where you can't go down anymore. You're now at the bottom of Golgotha. Basically, the bottom of the dungeon you just skipped 4 floors of terror. Um, what we're going to do, because we are currently flying, what we can do is actually take some free shots at this guy while we're flying. It's also a nice way that we could actually bail out of here. Now, one warning. This control switch to get you back up to the surface one way and only works once. Save it. If need be, fly back up, risking, injury, sure, if you need to. But what I'm going to do, the moment you move out of this shaft area, your wings will turn off. You can turn them back on once you're on the platform and could fly straight back up. Now, we killed one thing. We're worried about the boss or oozes. Those are the 2 things we do not want to see. But what we will do is slowly, this room is by itself, and take a peek. The things that we're trying to be very wary of is solid brown sludge, but especially black. Now, we have a brown ooze. That's not good. We are going to take shots at it. And that's the boss. So we rolled very, very poorly. Um, all right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm still under rubber gum, so I can't even use my Sphinx salt. Um, all right, all right. We're gonna take the fight. So I have him oriented here. We have an ability called Slam, and if we do so, can knock him into the wall. He's now dazed and confused. So now we can move in, and we're just gonna have one hell of a fight. All right. This hurts. And we died. Well, I tried. Sometimes you just roll bad. I should have just fled. But sometimes the boss is there, sometimes it's not, but oftentimes you can actually cheese it. Oh well. But I hope this like kind of well, proves a point is that there are quick ways to deal with all of this. Sometimes, yes, you'll get a roadblock in the way and you'll need to deal with it a bit smarter. But I think that is about as quick as a safe early game as I could muster. Um, see here, ways to kind of think things through. I could have been riskier on going down. The reason my salve didn't work is I was still under effective rubber gum. I got desperate. I could have probably used witchwood bark instead, but this would have gone bad because the algal moth that you see down there also came in. But still, could be worse. Oh, I do custom artwork. Anyway, thank you so much for joining, and we'll try again some other time. Bye.